Hey, babe. Just going to have to be very careful on. Did you see who it was that came on, Gunner? Because there's only. I mean, Gogo is one person that can do it, but he's back with Noppler, and Noppler's got a fucking axe to grind, so to speak. So if that old fucker's found out how to do it, I'm sure he wouldn't mind. Yeah, Popeye. Yeah, I did. Uh, Such as I guess it's part of the so-called cool crew. Show the blue screen. Then a Muppet Chef. Okay. Well, I'll have to talk to Gogo about it. I thought we had a truce, so maybe I have to just. Now, I know Lost is having his barbecue, so I'm not sure he's interested in coming back on or not. Ah, let's have a look here. Ah, I don't think I've got you on Facebook and I don't use it. And Gogo probably did it himself, sister, or like I said, if Dave's learnt to do it, maybe he. Sorry, guys, just eating at the moment. Um, Gonna have to put it in the chat, Andy. But I know that you have to grab it quickly, and I'm just going to have to keep up. No, it's in the chat. What I'm going to have to do is just keep an eye on the Hangouts as well. If I see the character come in there, dump him as soon as I can. But I wouldn't put it past someone like a David Knopfler. I thought things were cool with Gogo and I, but we'll see. I'm going to take it out the chat again, guys. And the link hadn't been in there for a while. The old cunt is one of those people that will take that link and save it for whenever he wants to use it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, once you put in there, hey, grab, I'll take it. Like, I'm like, bang, straight away. It's fucking, I'm in before fucking, you know. Am I here? Actually, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Andy.
Only because I've been having a few problems with my mic lately, that's all. Because the old computer's in its death throes. So I got fucking, and I was hoping to go get a computer yesterday, but I had a bit of a fucking rough day yesterday, so.
Well, mate, I'm going to go get myself. I'm going to go out later and buy a barbecue. You want to have a barbecue later?
Yeah, that's a fucking thought. A good thought, actually. I have to think about it, Mark. I said, I've been having a bit of a fucking.
Mate, when you're having a rough day like that, there's nothing like spending it with friends, bud.
No, that's true. You are. You did make a good point. You make a great point. All right. Again, I'm only just awake. I'm having my first coffee. Give me. It sounds like a really good idea. I reckon. Fucking. I'm favouring it. What do I say? Fucking. But yeah, I seem to have made a few enemies myself lately, so it couldn't be even fucking me.
I'm kind of disappointed, mate, because yesterday I never got nasty with fucking Charlene while she was getting nasty, and fucking kind of thought it was funny to fucking call us old men and fucking.
Well, how dare I? At the end of the day, how dare her judge us? We didn't judge her.
Well, it's kind of funny that Heidi came in and said, "Oh no, she's not angry at you at all." Well, obviously that's not the case, is it? So maybe Charlene's two-faced. And
I knew when Heidi said that she was just trying to be nice and trying to smooth shit over. I knew it wasn't right. Like I said, as soon as I get to Facebook, I just knew that. Oh, that's strange. I used to get messages from Charlene. No messages from Charlene. Bye, Charlene. No, you don't. God, see, these people are fucking ignorant. Ignorance is fucking bliss.
Yeah, mate. So
why does Nobler have a gripe with you?
Because I put it out there that Gogo had a private talk with me, telling me that Nobler was a bullshit artist and was fucking lying about a lot of shit.
Oh, okay.
I've seen what he said before on other channels, mate. He's two-faced prick.
I know he is. Got no time for me.
I can tell you now, Popeye, don't trust that fucker.
I don't. He never shows up in any of my chats.
And I've seen him say shit about me before, so.
Oh. And we were having a conversation about God, and now everybody's going to shut the fuck up and let me answer that bald-headed dipshit.
No, Papa, you're not allowed to answer anything.
Okay. You're going to let me answer that dipshit's question, all right?
Whoa, who's the dipshit? Hang on.
You.
Who's the dipshit? Me?
You. Yeah.
Why gotta be a dipshit? Hey, listen to that. Boom, 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 boom.
Because
You
you cut me off, dude.
I didn't cut you off at all, actually.
Sure you did. You just said, wait a minute, Popeye, and you went into the long drive.
That's right, I did. I wanted to say hello to Andy. That's right, I did. I'm sorry.
All right, so look, I do not put a label on God like Christian, Catholic, or any of that. And you can say, and I will tell you this, man put a label on Jesus Christ, Christian. Not Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ was Lord our Savior. He was, you got it wrong. See, I don't put labels on shit like that. Only man puts labels on shit like that. Plain and simple. Okay? And basically, I'm telling you, yeah, I understand your dislike for the Catholic organization. You were raised that way. I understand where you're coming from. And I see a lot of times you actually confuse religion and God. They're two separate entities, number one. Number two, okay, God always was and will be. That's the way it is, man.
Absolutely.
And, you start saying, what about all these other deities?
Yeah.
People believe in what they believe in, okay? Yeah. And I respect that. Right? And, if you go through life with no faith and only believing in science, I feel bad for you. You're going to miss a lot of things that are right in front of you that are actual miracles. Right? I mean, not in my wildest dreams I ever thought a fucking wild monkey would knock on my door and beg for food.
No, that's...
Okay?
That's pretty wild, yeah.
All right? So that's what I mean by I met God.
Taunted. Fucking no idea. None whatsoever. Doesn't even look into those concepts. Fuck. That's what I mean. Let's debunk it, but we don't even look into it. See? There is no... If you go by the fucking theory of dark matter, I have not found the experiment yet to prove God. I mean, fucking hey, fucking double standards. You know, the fucking if you fucking it's just
All right, don't get
top one
excited,
kid.
Andy. Don't get excited, brother.
I'm not gonna get excited. I just fucking the people they didn't misperceive. We see things from our own perspective all the time. I mean, fucking, but yeah, no. I say God. When I say God, I'm using the term that we all know. The source. Is that a better term for you? Fucking lost. Not the like I said. At the end of the day, whatever will be, there's a plan, and it's fucking. Hey, God knows it. None of us, the rest of us, fucking do. So it doesn't matter what you fucking believe, because it's not fucking. As Paul said, it's nothing about religion. Not a fucking thing. Believe in
Hey,
any religions.
You want to hear a good one, Andy?
Yep.
We're all gonna know when we're dead, one way or the other.
I know. Well, I know already. As you do.
No, I'm talking for real. We're gonna know.
I know already. Told you that. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I'm connected to a source as it is, to the source.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I go down. I'm more down the eastern path probably than the western path. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why. And that's what But science. Yeah, no, we fucking put. Science. I mean, all right, done wonderful things for us. Saved my fucking leg. What do I say? I can't complain about science. But then again, because and how can you complain against science at all? It's not the problem. Science is not the problem. Scientists are the problem. You know what I mean? Scientists have made monsters of us.
Hang on. Andy, some scientists are Christians or believe in God, so...
Yeah, no, I'm guessing the ones that grow ears on the side of fucking mice or fucking use animals in experiments, they're not Christians, or if they are, they fucking shouldn't be. Fucking, they're liars, they're hypocrites. We're monsters. Come on, look around, think about it. Look at what we do. Are we not monsters? Fuck.
We can be. But then again, mate, there's some fucking beautiful people out there.
There's the best and the worst of us out there, isn't there?
You ever see the movie Monsters Ball?
No, I actually haven't.
Oh, Google it. Google it and watch it.
Yeah.
You will be able to see.
Yeah, because Holly Berry showed her titties.
Oh,
all right.
I'm going to definitely watch it.
Before I was interrupted, trying to make a cogent point here.
Hey, if you bring up anything Pop Out has to do with boobs, I'm going to comment. Sorry to cut you off. Go ahead.
Okay, all right. So if you watch that movie, you can actually see how really wretched and terrible man can be.
Well, I know how wretched and terrible man can be. I'm a historian. Fucking hell.
Listen, obviously, man, let me respond to Popeye, please. Man can be obviously as evil as we want to be or as good as we want to be. So, obviously throughout history, things have been pretty bad. But, statistical data shows that the world is becoming a better place. Not perfect, but it's becoming a better place. We do, listen, Andy, we're 150 years ago, we finally abolished slavery in America. Slavery in America. Slavery is horrific. Would you say slavery is not a good thing?
Yeah, no, of course it's not.
Of course it's not. But yet the Christian and Jewish Bible and those things do not condone slavery. They think slavery is great. Well, listen, beyond the fact that whether it's man did it or God did it.
No. But we're talking about God. So man did it. It's not God.
No, I'm talking about a Bible that many people believe in is divine. Correct?
And well, yeah, we'll see, but we'll believe any fucking thing. Look at some of the shit that we've done.
Okay, all right, let's see. I don't want to. Obviously, we can believe in anything, okay? But let's use actual statistics and facts, okay? I'm a guy who wants to. I want to know more true things and less.
You're
false things
using
as
the
possible.
Bible.
Hey, Andy, hold on. Before we go on, let's
I'll
not
just
talk
shut
over
up.
each other.
Right, don't worry
I
about it.
will. No, I don't want you to shut up. I want you to be able to comment, but please let me get my comment out at the same time. You know what I mean? Right now, we've got about 2.5 million Christians in the world. We got about 1.5 billion Muslims in the world, which comprises, our planet right now has about 5 million people on the entire Earth of 7.5 million people that are of a Jewish, Christian, Muslim religion because they're all connected. Okay, over half of our planet believes in this particular God. Correct?
That's towards you, Andy.
Or if anybody wants to answer. Well, the answer is yes. Okay, 5 billion people believe in a Christian, Muslim, Jewish God. There's only like 15 million Jews, by the way, but the other ones are, and they're all Abrahamic religion. Okay, whether you want to believe it or not, people take the Bible, the Quran, the Torah, Old New Testament, however you want to say it, they take it to heart and they believe it. Do they not, Popeye?
Sure they do.
Okay. Now, me, as a guy, and I was trying to get to this earlier, as a guy who was not what I would call indoctrinated into any faith, okay? My parents allowed me to believe whatever I wanted to believe. They didn't. Hold on.
They've set fire to the kitchen at Lost Space.
Fire, fire, fire.
Sorry.
Oh,
As a guy who was told his life like this, there's this wonderful God, and He loves you, and He wants good things, and I believed it. Listen, I went to like little. My parents didn't make me go to church or anything like that, but I went to like the little summer camp Bible study things, whatever the hell they're called. Okay, I was
Sunday
always
school.
told. Yeah, there we go. Thank you. I was always told God's this wonderful God who loves me and He's wonderful and He does no wrong. Well, lo and behold, in my late teens, early 20s, I read the Bible, and that's just not the way the Bible portrays Him.
Oh, hang on. But what version you talking about? The Old Testament, then?
Old Testament and New Testament, Thunder. Now, obviously, the Old Testament has worse things than the New Testament, but there's still terrible things in the New Testament. But the thing is, it's the same God. As far as Christianity is concerned, the Old Testament and the New Testament is the same God. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. In the Bible, God does not exist. The Christian God, the Muslim God, the Jewish God does not exist outside this particular literature. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay. In this Bible that I have read, has genocide, it has slavery, it has rape, it has horrific things. It has a lot of wonderful things
Incest.
too. I don't want to talk strictly negative things, but the problem is if a God is wonderful and He's the creator of the universe and He's good and wonderful and He loves me, a God, a perfect being, will not allow these things.
Hang on.
One of the
I'm
Ten
going to argue that.
Commandments.
You've got to argue this point. Is God gave people free will, so it's not
No,
God doing those.
No. God has the choice to. He can. Is there a heaven? According to
Well, according to
the
the
Abrahamic
Bible,
religions? Okay. Is heaven a perfect place?
supposedly.
So God can create a perfect place. He just chose not to give it to us at the get-go.
Well, wasn't it all perfect until the original sin?
Yeah, but original sin is a horrific idea. Imagine you had multiple kids, and
How do
your
you
first
know it's
kid.
an idea?
Well, I believe it's personally an idea. I think
Well, if
first
you
of all, it's a
believe it's
terrible
an
idea.
idea, then the Bible is all wrong.
Popeye, listen, I know you have a different stance on the Bible, and I commend you for that. But the problem is, the thing is, you still believe in Jesus, you still believe in a God, and without the Bible, these things don't exist. So how do you pick and choose what is
How
correct
can
in the
you say
Bible?
that? You have no scientific proof.
There's no scientific proof for God. Is that what you're asking me?
You said without the Bible, these things don't exist. How do you know
Without the
that?
Bible, there's no. There's no. There's there's no like for example,
you have no
if the lady who
scientific
wrote the
proof
Harry
of that.
Potter books, nobody would know about Harry Potter, for example.
Fucking God was known long before the Bible was written.
Tell me about that.
Right? Read the Bible. It tells you so, right?
So
That's not an
are we
idea,
talking
is it?
about Are you talking about Zoroastrian?
No.
Are you talking about the Sumerian gods? I mean, what do you mean God was known?
God was known long before the Bible.
Gods were known. I mean, we can go back to
God
Roman times,
was
Greek
known.
times.
God, one singular
No,
God,
I'm
was
sorry,
known before the
Popeye, but
Bible was written.
Zoroastrian, as far as we know in this day and time, is the oldest monolithic religion. Okay, and we know for a fact that the Jews took a shit ton of information from the Zoroastrians.
And who's to say that's correct?
Okay, listen,
They're all
I
dead. They're all gone.
no, there's still Zoroastrian people practicing to this day. There's like maybe I don't know 15 million, 20 million people
And
that are still practicing
who's to
religion.
say they didn't change their religion like the Catholics did?
The
Who's
point
to say
is,
anybody
the point
didn't
is that
change religion?
God made God made man in His own image, supposedly, and He gave him free will to do as he wished. Now, a lot of these things that you're talking about, Loss, and I'm not arguing with you because you know what my beliefs are, but when you have that free will, it's people committing those atrocities, not God. God might
Yeah.
be
I mentioned
sitting up there.
something earlier. Isaiah 45:7. Okay, and there's other Bible verses. I mean, like I said, Bible is the only reference for a God.
That we
The
know of.
God,
No,
the
that we
God
know
that
of. There may
five,
have,
the God that 5 billion people believe of.
hang on, there may have been other books or writings or teachings around that we don't know of, have never discovered, or I mean, like I said,
Perhaps, but the knowledge that humans have at the moment, like with the Dead Sea Scrolls and the other things, I mean, are you going to tell me a creator God only came to one little portion of the world and didn't want to tell anybody else, and he only told one prophet at a time?
it it's
Listen,
also hang on, it's also possible that people seen it in a different light.
listen, agreed. But the problem is, we have throughout the whole entire world, we have massive amounts of different religion, massive amounts of different beliefs. And listen, I just want people to be good people. For me, I just want people to just be good. And to me, the Bible has horrific things in it that could lead people astray to horrific things.
Well,
Not that the Bible is the only piece of literature in the world that can lead people to terrible things. I don't want to
well,
say that, but I'm just saying this is
terrible
one
things are done.
piece.
Them terrible things are still being done today.
But and all you got to understand, as a guy who didn't grow up in a religion, all I was told. I want you to understand it from my view, guys. Okay, I can only give you my experiences, my life experiences. Okay, as a guy who didn't grow up with religion, I'm told constantly this God loves me, Jesus loves me, He died to save me. All these things that the run of the mill shit you hear all the time from Christianity. Okay, I crack open the Bible, and that's not what I read. I read slavery is okay. Does anybody here think slavery is okay?
Of course not.
Does
And
anybody think genocide's okay?
of course not. But hang on,
Okay,
hang on.
well
You're
that's the
talking about a
problem.
book.
These things are condoned.
What happened there?
Still here.
Yeah, he's not muted either. Not that I can see. I'm trying to keep an eye on the Hangouts.
Yeah.
Um, the thing is, the Bible's been rewritten so many times. What we're reading these days is man's version of it, and there may be other versions that were written long, long, long ago.
Yeah. I take the Bible with a grain of salt. Okay. I really do. And when he says there's all kinds of terrible things in it, well, dude, have you read the story? Yeah, there's slavery in it. And, you know, The slaves were freed, talking about Moses. Okay. All right. And if you go back to Moses, if the story of Moses is actually true, people knew of God before the Bible was written. Is that not correct? The Bible was written after Jesus Christ was born and was sacrificed on the cross. Am I correct? You there? They probably hijacked the stream again. Oh,
I can hear you, Cobber.
you can hear me?
Yeah, Lost seems to be muted at the moment. I don't know where Thunder is, though. He suddenly disappeared.
Thunder is muted. And, but yeah, I mean.
Oh, and I can't see muted here, but I can see Lost is muted. Yeah, anyhow, go on. It's probably going to be quieter without fucking with Lost muted, anyhow.
And, you know, the story of Moses is long before the Bible is written. Am I correct, Andy?
Yes, absolutely. Same.
And the Bible was written by the 12 apostles. And who traveled with the 12 apostles?
Well, the New Testament was written by some of the apostles, right. not the Old Testament.
Correct. Correct. Yeah. And, you know, so who wrote the Old Testament? Human beings wrote it.
Exactly. At the end of the day, it all comes down to our perception. Look, obviously they felt that there was something, and they tried to fucking, you know, come up with some ideas. Obviously, bad ideas, some of them, but I mean, hell, you only read the book to know it's fucking not real. You know, it's that simple. But God is beyond all that. Like, you know, I mean, you know, I'll let you talk now. I'm not really. I'm really in perspective at the moment.
Hey, can y'all hear me real quick?
Yeah, get in on it.
Okay. Listen, I'm about to have to take off, but I want to respond, Popeye, to your thing about the Bible written after Jesus. That's not true. The New Testament was written well before Jesus, like many centuries.
What a load of crap. Sorry, Lost. When people say obvious bullshit, that's when I get a little bit excited, maybe. Popeye will sound like I'm a little bit excited. Oh my God! The New Testament actually, they reckon that Mark, the original book of Mark.
I'm sorry. Hold on. Did I say? Hold on.
The Mark we have now was copied.
Andy, hold on. Let me cut in. If I said New Testament, I apologize. If I said New Testament, I apologize. I meant to say Old Testament. Well, Testament. The Old Testament was written well before Jesus, like many centuries, if not
right. And
earlier.
I did point that out. See?
Okay. I'm sorry. My Bluetooth went out. Just let me say my piece, and I'll have to go. Okay. So the New Testament was written well before Jesus, and the New Testament was written 50 to 100 years, parts of it anyway, well after Jesus. And we know these to be this is factual stuff. Okay. I mean,
that's why I say take the Bible with a grain of salt.
But I agree. Listen, I don't take the Bible literally at all. I think it's a wonderful fiction. Okay, but
the story.
I agree with that, Andy. I totally agree with the story. But the problem is there's nearly 5 billion people. Maybe not all 5 billion people, but a good portion of these 5 billion people believe this is real divinity.
I think you're fucking maybe. You're clutching at straws there, but hey, no one will argue with you.
2.5 billion Christians, 1.5 billion Muslims. That's fact, Andy.
Hang on.
Okay, that's 5 billion people that believe in an Abrahamic religion, aka the Torah, Old Testament, New Testament.
Yeah, lots of Christians don't go to church either. Lots of Christians don't go to church either.
Of course, I'm not disagreeing that, but I'm talking about right now, factually, nearly 5 billion. 5 billion.
Yes, but what does that have to do with God? It has fuck all to do with God.
It has a lot to do with God because 5 billion people believe in a God. No. The other half of the other 2.5 billion people don't believe in a God.
No, bullshit. Don't believe in that God. Or what? What are you talking about? See, this I mean.
Well, exactly. That particular God. Hold on. Exactly. They don't believe in the Abrahamic God. We got roughly about 1 billion Indian people that believe in that are Hindu. They believe in Brahma, Vishnu, and all the other gods in Hinduism. Okay. Now we're down to 1.5 million people that you can scatter around different religions. Buddhism, no gods. There's about 700 million Chinese people that are completely atheist. There might be maybe 1 billion atheist people within the country. What I'm just trying to say, if God was just emphatically good and wonderful and he was easily believed, the whole world would just believe in him. Listen, guys, I got to go. This is a great subject, and I do like to talk about it, even though I feel like sometimes I'm like beating up religion, and that's not my cause. I just want to say that. I just want. But listen, there's more than just one view in the world. Okay, obviously, majority of people believe in the Abrahamic religion. That's fine. I just want people to be good people. It doesn't make it right. Just because a whole shit ton of people